Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Hello, little learners. Welcome back to our learning space. I'm Miss Laura. Can you tell me your name? I'm so grateful that you made it back today. I'm also feeling a little bit curious. I went outside and I heard a special bird chirping and I couldn't recognize it. Curious is a feeling word that means you want to know more about something. If you're feeling curious, your face might look like this. But maybe you're not feeling curious at all today. You feel like you know everything there is to know about birds. What you really are feeling is disappointed because you didn't hear the same bird I did. So if you're feeling disappointed, your face might look a little bit like this. Now you already know how I like to check how I'm feeling, and that's by looking in the mirror. And all week you've been helping me pick what mirror I'm going to use. We've been looking at animal cards and finding their beginning sound. And don't worry if you don't know the sound. Think about the letter that's in red too. You might know that one. So here are our animal cards for this week. Are you ready? Look at this guy. He's a little scary. Do you know who he is? It's a crocodile. Look at that first letter and hear my sound. Crocodile. Oh, look at this guy. See how he's sitting? I'm sure you recognize this animal. It's a cat. Cat. We have crocodile, cat. Do they sound the same in the beginning? Let's see this next one. He says moo. It's a cow. Cow. So we have cow, cat, crocodile. What do they all start with? That's right, a C. So I'm going to grab my letter C mirror and I'm going to see how I'm feeling. I think I already know. Now it's time for you to check in on your feelings by touching the picture on the screen that matches best how you're feeling. Can you point to the picture that shows how you're feeling? If you don't see a picture that matches how you're feeling, say you're feeling out loud. If you're having a strong feeling like scared, sad, or angry, take belly breaths. That might help calm your body down. It's so important for you to check in on how you're feeling throughout the day, not just once. And don't forget to check in on those around you. Now we have a special friend who's sharing their story today. This is Savannah, see? S for Savannah. Now Savannah has a very long name. I wonder how many letters are in her name. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 letters, wow. Savannah is sharing a picture where she's in front of her house and she's posing. I don't know if you can see, she has a very large bow and a very unique expression. How might we find out how Savannah is feeling? We can look at her face for clues, that's right. Now look at Savannah's lips. They're making this. And Savannah's eyes are bright and alert. And look at her hands are right in front of her. And look at her pose. That tells us a little something about how she's feeling too. Her legs are kind of turned inward. How do you think Savannah's feeling? If you think that Savannah is feeling sassy, which means she really likes how she looks, make a sassy face like this. If you think that Savannah is feeling disappointed, make a disappointed face like this. Let me take a look. Ooh, I see a lot of sassy faces. Savannah, we think you're feeling sassy in this picture. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And boys and girls, I'd love to share your story too. Ask a parent, a grown-up, or a teacher to send it to the address below. Hey, now let's see. Time to ring our bell and check our visual schedule. That's our plan for the day. So we did our emotional check-in. We're doing our weekly investigation. Now all week we've been learning about pets and doing all kinds of activities with pets. We even made a goldfish out of a bottle and used marshmallows to make a dog. We're so silly. And then we're going to do our goodbye song after we learn a little bit more about pets. Now before we move on to our intentional message, I have a movement card for us. This movement card involves our hands. So when I turn this card over, there's going to be a letter and a movement that starts with that letter that we're going to do together. Are you ready? Da 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 da! It's the letter C. C for clap. Clap your hands. So let's clap our hands. Ready? We're going to put our hands right in front of us and clap. Ooh, it sounds like an applause. Let's see. Let's get our pointer and move on to our intentional message. This helps focus our work for the week. So here we are. It says some animals are pets. And it says a pet is an animal that lives with people. I wonder, do you have any pets? I have a pet dog, and my friend has a pet pig. Isn't that neat? People keep pets for companionship and protection. And we talked about how pets bark, so they alert their owners if there's something wrong. Pets need a lot of attention, and they need a lot of care. One thing that pets love to do is to snuggle with you. I know my friend Cuddles loves to snuggle. Let's check in with Cuddles. Oh, Cuddles. Come on over, Cuddles. Cuddles. How are you today? I'm doing good, Miss Laura. I have another joke for you. You do? What's your joke? What do you call a dog that has too much sunshine? A dog that gets too much sunshine? Yes. I don't know. A hot dog. Oh, that's a good one, Cuddles. Now, we've been learning about pets all this week. Do pets have pets, Cuddles? No, we have pet friends. Sometimes I go to the dog park and I play with other dogs. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. Now I have a question for you. Today we're going to sing a special song about a pet that not a lot of people have. It starts with an S. Do you think you might know what it is? Well, let me put you down and give our friends more clues. So it starts with an S. It has no legs, and it slithers on the ground. What do you think it might be? Yes, a snake. Let's sing our snake song. Do you remember the tune? It goes like this. Have you ever seen a snake, a snake, a snake? Have you ever seen a snake that slithers on the ground? It slithers this way and that way and that way and this way. Have you ever seen a snake that slithers on the ground? All right, let's sing it one more time. Ready? Have you ever seen a snake, a snake, a snake? Have you ever seen a snake that slithers on the ground? It slithers this way and that way and that way and this way. Have you ever seen a snake that slithers on the ground? That's right. Thank you so much for singing with me. Now, boys and girls, we have a special video with an art activity that involves pets. Let's watch it together. Let's make some crafts inspired by art. Today's inspiration comes from Jackson Pollock, an action artist famous for dripping lines of paint on canvas. To make our Pollock-inspired art, you'll need paints, paper, scissors, and tools to drip your paint. Step 1 is to cut out a silhouette of an animal or shape of your choice. I chose a rabbit, and I cut it out of black paper. I used a little bit of tape to securely put it in the middle. Step 2 is to begin dripping paint on your paper using any method you'd like. My helper, Sophie, is using a paintbrush and a knife to tap the paint on. It's okay if you get it on your black silhouette. That's going to come off later. You can drip any way you'd like using any colors you'd like. There's no right or wrong way. You can also use a ball and either roll your paint on, or you can move your pen around to create lines. This part can be really fun, but it can also be really messy. I put a pan underneath my paper to keep my ball from rolling all over the place. This also helps with keeping the drips off any surface that I'm using to work on. You might want to ask a grown-up to help you look for a place where you can work and get messy without it being a problem. I also like to wear an apron or an old t-shirt over my clothes to keep them clean. Here my helper Sophie used a plastic knife to drip the paint on the paper. Using a plastic knife keeps you safe. Regular knives are sharp. Then we moved on to using the ball and rolling it around again. Look at all those beautiful colors that are being made when the different colors come together. I see blue, green, orange, red, and even a little bit of purple and brown. What colors do you see? The last step is to remove the silhouette that you taped on earlier. And there's the finished product. Remember, art is not about perfection, it's about the process. For more art inspiration, check out Art with Miss Read Write here on Valley PBS. Remember, you can learn all about art by reading the books around you or on the Sora app. Hey, time to check our visual schedule to see what we accomplished today. So we did our emotional check-in, and remember, you want to do that throughout the day, not just once. We did our weekly investigation about pets, and today we got to do a fun pet art activity. Now it's time to sing our goodbye song. Will you sing with me? Let me grab my pointer. Let's see. It goes like this. A, B, see you later. D, E, F, G, I'm gonna miss ya. H, I have to go now. J, K, bye bye now. L, M, N, oh, I had a good time. P, Q, R, you're gonna miss me. S, T, you are my best friend. V, W, X, Y, Z. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had a lot of fun. Basara sends you a big sweet, and we'll see you next time, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.